Yeah, good morning, YouTube Live. Are we in YouTube? Oh, yes, YouTube. Hey, yes. I get confused, man. All these morning shows, man. Have I told you I have a couple podcasts too, and you're not on it?
What? What? I thought we were doing a podcast.
Well, this is what I love. Will
Oh,
thinks
this is
a
this is
podcast.
YouTube. This is YouTube. We're YouTubers.
The
My
funny
my
thing is, my wife also believes that this is a podcast. I'm like, I don't believe this is a podcast. Podcast is simply audio. This is a video show on YouTube.
well, actually, this
I'm
isn't.
pretty sure it's a podcast.
We are just trying to educate people on the use of the chameleon. This is all this is.
Well,
it's like a how-to video.
You know, I do it just
with
for
a little
the love,
too
right?
much shit.
Everybody's
chit-chat.
talking about the winner. Well, I won the Powerball last night. I'm the guy who purchased it. Where did I purchase it in, Will?
Charleston, South Carolina.
South Carolina. I was in Charleston last night. Purchased my billions. So I'm a billionaire right now. But I just do this because I love it, dude. I just love this, man. So
what's not to love? Getting up at 5:30 in Costa Rica, 5:30 a.m.
Will says to me, I wouldn't even know what to do with the money. It would make literally no difference to my life. Dude, and that's true. And the great thing is, dude, that is when you know you are in the greatest time of all time. It's today, dude. Right now. The greatest time of all time, man. Without question. We are living fantastic times, man. Fantastic.
It is a great world to live in right now.
Oh,
great world.
Can you imagine if we unleashed some real free market capitalism, man? Oh my God, dude. Anyway, we're not gonna go. Should we go down that road today, man?
No, let's not.
That's for your free market capitalism.
That's for your Costa Rican experience.
Nobody likes to hear that. All right, man. Let's get into this trading stuff. What's going on today, man? Anything going on today?
Before we do anything, can you put that disclaimer up?
Well, I just did, dude. I just did.
Oh,
man.
Really? I didn't see it. Remember, options can be risky. Spread your risk. Don't get caught with unlimited upside. Unlimited.
You know what's risky? Buying lotto tickets, dude. We are just. Go ahead, share your screen, brother. We were just chatting. We chatted 1 second before we got on, and we're talking about my dad when he got downsized at 30 years into his job, got downsized out of his job, and he started buying lottery tickets as his retirement fund.
We're going to talk about that company a little later, actually. I have something special.
United Technologies, are they on the radar today?
They could be. They could be. I think the chameleon community is going to have to do a little more research. Well, I mean, we can go to that first. Why not?
Sure.
We've never done this
take away
before.
my picture, man, so we get some good full screen there.
So
UTC.
This is what was coming up this morning. Football fans injured in
apocalyptic. Dude, are you telling me that media companies?
Watch.
Was this the Guardian, dude? Is this the Guardian? Come on. Oh my God. That can't be real, dude. That can't be real. Holy crack. Holy crack.
For those who didn't, this was a first on Market Chameleon. We're showing another video. We'll run it again.
That looks like it's speeding up, man. Oh my God, dude. That is crazy. That is crazy. Dude, oh my God.
I don't know.
Wait. We can't show that. Or is that like oh my God. Nobody died? Thank God, dude. Lord have mercy.
Only injured. 20 injured. But
oh my God.
What's
that escalator company, dude? Sell, Mortimer, sell. For God's sake, sell.
United Technology.
Oh, it's a UTC company. Oh my God, man.
Yeah. This was the organization that let our dad go. When he was 2 weeks away from his full retirement.
Are you saying this is payback, my brother?
This may be.
Is this auto reaching back from the dead and just?
Now listen. Obviously, escalators. They are the largest escalator and elevator manufacturer
in the world.
Yeah. In the world, and it's a piece of their business. Obviously, I mean they're heavy into military electronics, build all sorts of things. They're involved in submarines. You name it, they do it in this space. But situations like this, the first thing that pops into my mind is who makes that escalator.
Right.
So I did a little research. I couldn't put, there were 3 major companies, one in Finland, one in, it's Hyundai in Korea. I couldn't, I looked at every video, tried to see a little sticker on who made the thing. Couldn't find one. But, if anyone can find it, this is probably, you have a 1 in 3 chance right now that United Technologies is play. So there were bull, call, and bear put and call spreads that showed up with the cushion we like.
Dude, see, I love this, man. Now you're getting into the real nitty gritty, man. You're just into let's get on to the Twitter news, to the headline grabbing.
I mean, this could go viral, right?
That will go viral because that is hilarious. Thank God nobody was injured or hurt. Nobody was killed. Obviously, people are hurt.
You imagine being in the center of that with 4 kids?
Oh my God.
I shouldn't speak too much about my family. They don't like me mentioning them on YouTube, but I do have 4 children. One of them's only in 2nd grade, believe it or not. I know I look like a grandfather, but I mean, that is horrifying. I mean, that's I've done some rafting.
Dude, why did the people turn and start running up this escalator, man?
Dude, did you see how fast that moved?
Dude, you better get on that treadmill, man.
It was
By the way, how'd your treadmill thing go yesterday? How's the ticker doing, dude?
You know what? It turns out we had multiple orthodontist appointments that I had to juggle as well.
Man.
So I didn't make it to the treadmill.
Out, man. Dude, I hear that. I just happened to book orthodontist appointments at the same time. Dude, come on, man. You don't think we see through that stuff? Come on.
I did just get my medical report back for the other area, and that was perfect. So good stuff. Good stuff in the body going on right now. But
wait, okay. So just to be clear, we do not know that definitively that it's UTX.
No, I'm asking the chameleon community to go out there and before the opening, get back to us with some.
Well, what's the other escalator? What's it? Schindler. Schindler makes escalators. Is that the UTX company, Schindler?
No, it's Otis is the UTX company.
Okay. There's also
sounds
Schindler escalators. I know that.
That sounds like the Finnish company, and then there's Hyundai, and I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but in South Korea is the other manufacturer.
Right.
So there's 3 manufacturers in the space.
Right.
Anyways, on to some other items.
Wow, that is cray.
Another thing I was looking at is Zillow Group. I didn't do a search, but everyone should be aware they're going to start heavily getting into trying to sell real estate on their platform.
Wow.
It's an interesting discussion.
Been waiting for that, man. Been waiting for that, dude.
Interesting discussion going forward. Is it bullish or bearish? I mean, it's a whole nother space you're in, right? The stocks, in between its high and a low. So just keep it on the radar. Nothing popped up to me, but
that's interesting to me. I mean, I don't know why. I've been waiting for the disruptor in the real estate space for a while. Why you pay 6% to a person makes no sense to me. No sense.
I think in certain markets it can be helpful only in that different agencies hold stuff in their back pocket. But yeah, I mean, if it's full disclosure and a total open market, other than making sure that the contract is put together and both sides are protected, it seems like and there are a lot of laws out there, right? I mean, It's not like you can sell someone, a home and someone else owns a home. I mean, you can certainly try to do that. I mean, and scams exist, but your title search, everything else, you think they'd be able to take a lot out of that 6%.
Absolutely.
Which they haven't been able to do. And they've got, so I mean, look at you're.
So if they laid out any sort of platform or anything, how it's going to look?
It's on their platform.
Really? Okay. I've seen the pricing, but so they have a way of actually getting it together, coordinating the purchase and all that sort of stuff.
That's the word. They're testing it in certain markets. The key thing here is, I mean, really most of their income now, which let's.
How's it looking over the last? How's their stock? What's their price looking over the last?
Well, it's mid range. It's around 40. It's been as high as 60. This is a 52-week, 37.65. So it's way off its high. it's just an interesting stock to keep your eye on and see, because
It's got no
by
PE because they don't make any money. They've just been
they
building.
are
So do you think they've been building this thing the whole time to do this?
well, they're looking for a revenue source. Problem is they're damaging their revenue source. I mean, I mentioned this. This is my one
Interesting.
experience. A good friend has stopped paying Zillow to be on their platform for this particular reason. Is that he's paying $1,000 a month to be on top of the Zillow search, and now Zillow is also competing with him, and he stopped paying. He's not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. It is interesting, and let's keep our eyes on that as a chameleon community. So today I did a search, order flow search, to find some spreads that may interest me. This one, Carter's popped up. I did this. If you go to the options, I was screening for the order flow. This is the bullish sentiment. Good description about it here up top. And there were quite a few bull puts spreads that showed up with cushion over the next 20 some odd days, and also the bull call spreads. Another thing I did today, which I wanted to see what if there were any moving averages that popped up that were interesting. So actually I was searching for Zillow here. So, and Zillow actually slightly bearish. So if you go in and bring up the stock screener, you can, right there, CRI. So it's slightly bullish have been the moving averages. Oh, excuse me. That's the option order flow has been slightly bullish. The summary with the moving averages is right there. So it's coming off a bottom, and it's above resistance. So it's interesting to look at. Does this carry through? But anyways, there were bull call, bull put spreads. Next thing I screened for were the bearish side of it, top bearish signals in the order sentiment. For me, the Six Flags jumped up as something interesting. More in this stock went bankrupt, reorganized, reissued, sent out.
Yep.
It seems to me like a tough business. Now I don't want to make a long term play, but managing minimum wage employees in an industry
in a dangerous environment. They do. I heard about their new escalator ride. I heard it's crazy.
Which every day is a potential escalator incident, and with media and you can imagine how hard it is. I know the Six Flags by us in Great Adventure. I mean, they hire like college kids to come in and run the rides.
Absolutely, dude. Yep. Actually, you remember my roommate back in college, Ernie Salas, man. He worked at Disney out in California, dude. He would get hired for the summer as like the lead guy on like the water ride, like the drive around, like here we are in the jungle. Oh my God, look out! Like he would, do that.
Really?
Yeah, dude. With like no training, no nothing, just show up. And because he was a little bit outgoing, there he goes, man. He run away with that thing.
He was really outgoing. What a great gig! Surprised he ever left Disney. I mean, why did he come back to college?
Dude, he'd be making like, what are they? They probably pay minimum's like 15 in California, right? That's good money, man. That's good money.
Anyways, there were bull call and bear call and bear put spreads to look at. So,
and we're going out of summertime, so this is when they start.
Could be hard for their